All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Guys, before we get into today's video, Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you're having a nice holiday season, spending it with some family and obviously watching some basketball. I go to Nashville tomorrow, so probably gonna be just grinding videos out today, so I hope you guys enjoy them. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs before the end of the year, and we're still about 160 away, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to help that algorithm. And new subscribers, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's talk about JB Bickerstaff today because he just got his contract renewed today. So he will be with the Cleveland Cavaliers all the way until 2026, little contract extension for him. He came into the Cavs head coach position in 2019, 2020, and last year was interesting, okay? You know, keep in mind, guys, I live here in Chicago, so prior to this season, I was not watching many Cavs games, you know, unless one of my teams, the Rockets, the Bulls, you know, unless one of my teams was playing this Cavs team, I wasn't really watching them. So my thoughts on JB Bickerstaff weren't that much. You know, I wasn't thinking that much of them. The Cavs won like 22 games last season. They had the third worst record in the league. And I know that they had a lot of injuries. And I know that you got to keep in mind some COVID stuff going on last season. But I know they had a good amount of injuries last season. So, you know, I wasn't expecting too much about this Cavs team this season, which I've talked about on this channel before. But what JB Bickerstaff has been able to do since his time as head coach for the Cavs team is he's really just set the stone. I mean, this man is setting everything up that needs to be set up. And what I really like the most, like what I love the absolute most, is the resurgence of Kevin Love. So kind of touching back on not watching many Cavs games last season, anytime I would really hear about Kevin Love, it was usually in the negative light, right? You have this Cavs team that is struggling. They're very, very young. They make some mistakes. They make a lot of mistakes. And Kevin Love, as a veteran who's, probably looking to get a championship, he did not seem thrilled. You know, there was that possession where, you know, the inbound, he just like hits it and it goes to a defender and he drains a three right there. You know, you have Kevin Love bashing down the chair with his hand. So Kevin Love from last year to Kevin Love this year is like a completely different person. I mean, Kevin Love right now, he's smiley, he's happy, he's like running around. Like, you can tell his morale this season is unmatched. I mean, this guy is the X factor. He is the leader. He's the emotional leader. He'll give you 20 points. He'll give you like a 20 and 10 night every 5 games off the bench in like 20 minutes. He's still got it. And Kevin Love, just as a veteran presence on this basketball team with all these young players, it's just so critical for him to be the way he is right now. Just happy, go lucky guy. Like, let's play some basketball and let's win some basketball games. And he's a huge reason the Cavs are 19 and 13, sitting there at number 5 in the Eastern Conference. I believe it's number 5. Next up, Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio has been another just huge addition to this basketball squad. I mean, you got him for Taurean Prince, and a draft pick essentially is how you acquired Ricky Rubio. And while he might not light up the stat sheet every single night with, like, you know, he's not going to drop 20 points that often. You know, to be quite honest with you, he might not even drop double-digit points that often, to be honest with you. But what he does for the team as a veteran, as a leader, and then what he can do, just everything, man. He can make crazy passes. He can defend. He can shoot threes. He can control an offense. He can get rebounds. He can get steals. Rubio can do so many different things, and it was just such a hell of a trade by the front office of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's the perfect role for Ricky Rubio. You literally have the perfect role for guys like Rubio and Kevin Love on this basketball team right now, because they are in positions where they can win. Like, they're in the best spots right now. So I'm loving what I'm seeing. And then just in general, player development. I'm loving the player development that this Cavs team has. Not only are they a top defense in the league with just such a young roster as it is, but I think even the future, guys like Isaac Okoro, man, I think he's going to turn into a stud. I really think he's going to turn into a stud. But I'm talking specifically Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen, who are both looking like actual all-stars. like they're playing like all-stars, that they're looking like they actually are going to get all-star bids here. I mean, Jared Allen is on pace to break history here, like 17 and 11 on over 70% field goal shooting. No one's done that before. That's unbelievable. Then you have Darius Garland, who ever since, I mean, even with Sexton there, he's just kind of taken control of this offense. He's putting guys in good positions. He's putting himself in good positions. So I love what Darius Garland, I love what Jared Allen are offering. Also, what's really being done well are just role players being utilized properly. Kevin Love, Ricky Rubio, but also even just guys like Jetty Osman, Lauri Markkanen. I mean, throwing a 7-footer in a lineup with already 2 7-foot big men is very interesting. Very, very interesting. But Lauri Markkanen as a small forward is actually lethal. I mean, this guy can knock down threes, give you like 15 a night. It's just he's good to have that long length. Good young player to have, promising player, and just another absolute steal. And then you can't even forget about Evan Mobley. Obviously, you can't forget about Evan Mobley. Number 2 in Rookie of the Year race right now. Evan Mobley has all the intangibles to become a superstar player. All of them. I mean, he's got it all. So you got to think, man, 5 years from now, this Cavs team is scary. Just the player development that they've been able to have to this point is very, very impressive. But what does the future hold? The future's got to hold nothing but good things for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that, I think, is what is so scary about this team. If you're in the Eastern Conference, I don't think people really realize, because they're still lacking a superstar, right? Still lacking a superstar. Collin Sexton going down for this season, that doesn't help either. Because a lot of people thought they had a Collin Sexton issue. I don't see any issue with Collin Sexton. Why would I not want a 25 point per game score? You know what I'm saying? And we talk about this all the time on this channel. If you guys are subscribed to this, you know we talk about this all the time. If Collin Sexton was healthy and on this basketball team, let's say his injury wasn't season ending. I think that's what would be nice, is if he came back like maybe at some point, just so you can see, all right, is this going to ruin the chemistry? Because I doubt it. Is it going to ruin the chemistry? But we talk all the time about the Cavs being like one legitimate star away from being legitimate playoff contenders. That's Collin Sexton. That's Collin Sexton, 25 point per game. Are you kidding me? That man can score, and that man is very impressive. So this Cavs team, they're so fun to watch, man. I cannot wait for the rest of the season, because they have been an absolute blast to cover, make videos on, and just watch them in general. So Cavs Nation, thank you guys so much for all the love. You are a huge, huge reason that this is even possible. I started the month with 9,000 subscribers. I've never really had 1,000 subs in a month, except for like one time. So we are so close, so thank you guys so much. I can't believe it. It's actually possible, and it might actually happen if we just get one video to do well. So let's try and get 100 likes on today's video if you're still watching. Thank you so much. You mean the world to me. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys later today. Peace.